Okay, I'm here in Hyde Park with Piers Corbyn.
How do you do?
And a very well-known astrophysicist,
Right.
no doubts. And I'm going to just ask him a few questions.
Okay.
It relates more to what you were saying last week.
Okay.
The first one is with what you were saying about your conference last week. And the first question is about Ian Jarvis from Bristol on the 5G subject.
Yeah, he gave a really good presentation, and we'll have a longer meeting about it in the same venue probably in a few weeks' time.
So
in the Angel Church in Chadwell Street. Basically, there's 2 points about 5G. One is it's promoted as an information superhighway so we can get data around it, which of course is true, but that is to control us. Second thing is, though, it actually causes problems, physical problems. It seems to be that 5G and 4G help the coagulation of spike protein in the blood, and can be turned on and off in different ways to make nanobots or spike proteins coagulate.
Different
frequencies. So it is very dangerous. So we have to oppose 5G and we support all those campaigns to do that. Second aspect, of course, is what can you do as antidotes about the effects of the jab when people have been 5G'd and you've got coagulation, and that is a hard one. But there are things around, such as nicotine, it appears, and I did present a slide of some bigger understanding of how these things happen, and that will be available on the web. The nicotine is one thing, but there are other things that we can do. Look out for that, Ian Jarvis and 5G.
Yeah, I'm still on 5G. You know Tanya Katrina.
Yep.
She asked me, because she knew I was coming, she said, ask him if he can focus on stopping the smart tech, which is the enabler, which I think this more or less mentioned that.
Yes. Does he also mean that people are having smart meters?
That's right, everything's smart.
No, we're against all of them. Absolutely.
Okay.
No, we support her campaigns against, well, all aspects of 5G.
Now the second one is, what was your take on the documentary, The Dimming, by Daniel Wigington? What's your take on the, he's talking about geoengineering?
Yeah, look, geoengineering is going on. But there's also weather going on. There's also climate going on, naturally. So let's be clear, we've got a general trend now of colder weather and more floods and extremes, like happened last time. There was an equivalent of a grand solar minute. In the 1600s, things got so bad, crops failed in Germany, big floods, and people moved to Spain. Now, this is happening now, but people are saying, oh, it's because the powers that be geoengineering. No, it's nothing to do with that. It's natural things going on. But geoengineering is going on, and they're selling it to the public, saying it's to save the planet and cause dimming. But actually, it's not going to be possible for them to cause any real dimming, because the amount of material is going to be huge. Like to make the equivalent of one big volcano, which did cause some dimming and worldwide reduction of temperatures by about half a degree, so it's plateauing. You're going to need dust to fill every transport aeroplane continually, dropping it into the sky. Now, there isn't this resource, so it can't be done. What we think they're doing, pretending they're doing dimming, issuing patents for it. Of course, they collect money off governments to do that. But they are spraying stuff. This morning in London there was a lot of spraying going on, but it didn't actually blot out the sun.
Yeah,
there were lots of things going on.
It
wasn't enough.
No.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been able to do it. It would have needed a huge amount. But what they're doing, I think, is spraying poison, which are making us ill. More people recently getting bone aches, and I don't know, but they have been.
Well,
nanoparticles, and poisoning the ground. So that's what I think it is. It's happening, but they always like to present a different story to what it really is.
Yeah.
It's Fabianism. You have one story that sounds good, and there's a real reason behind it. So what Wigington is doing, a lot of it is very good, but he's probably been a bit misled into believing it's one thing when it's another.
Yeah, and I was just wondering what your take is on on David Devine on the net zero thing. And David Devine, who was a DAF 20, and he's well into the Grand Solomon and that's
No, he's a great guy, and I've met him. We've had joint conferences in Glastonbury. Yeah, no, he's brilliant. Oh, I agree with. Well, I haven't heard his latest stuff, but I'm sure I agree with everything.
He's been really shouting about the the North Carolina floods, etc.
Right.
And how well the government never went in for about at least 6 days or something.
Yeah.
And everything's been washed away, and they've really played it down, and it's serious.
Yeah. I think that's interesting. You see, North Carolina floods, you wait long enough, there will be a flood in North Carolina caused by a big storm. They will come, and we're probably going to get more bursts of big storms in the coming years, but maybe less total storms, but more bigger. That's what we think, anyway.
You reckon these hurricanes can't be steered
No.
by electromagnetic frequency and that?
No, that is just not.
Is it really?
It is, I'm sure it's not. First of all, they will happen. You just got to wait long enough for them to happen. The government then, if they've got a scheme to make things worse, but not by moving the hurricane, but by just directed energy weapons and destroying things. You know about that. And then they say, not allowing people in there, because they want to dump mines of lithium. So they've taken over the area.
Land grab.
It's a land grab. Land grab. Like they've got the Greek islands where they were had fires, and then they had a land grab.
They're actually out there taking supplies up the mountain by ponies and stuff now. Because there's no roads, everything's been completely washed away.
So the North Carolina, there's a land grab going on, but they took advantage of a natural event. Could storms be steered? No. Could they be started? No. You look at one of them, they are vast. They're absolutely vast. The amount of energy needed to move one is huge. It can't be done. To trigger them, no. They were claiming that Milton is either steered or something. Well, I don't think they claimed they'd formed Milton, that was a huge storm, but they claimed it was going to be exacerbated when it hit land. But actually, it went right downhill when it hit land. And the reason why it went downhill, if you look at the solar pictures, just before it landed, there was a Earth-facing coronal hole in the upper part of the cloud, which was best magnetically connected to the Earth, the northern hemisphere. And that's why it was so strong, and all the data shows that. And you can go onto our websites, go via @Piers_Corbyn. You can see this.
Catch you on.
That's right. And what happened just after that, the Earth-facing coronal hole moved around a bit. The magnetic connections were less, and you can see that there's a graph on there called BZ. It went right down, up, i.e. not negative anymore, and that's why the storm subsided. But they had been claiming, people who can ultra conspiracists are claiming, oh, it was going to get worse, and they'd seen these directed whatever. Well, there might have been directed something, but they certainly did not make the storm worse. The storm got better. HAARP is there. HAARP is there. They want to do things. HAARP is an experimental weapon, but they haven't achieved what people are claiming they have. Otherwise, this false alarm would have been a real alarm. For Hurricane Milton. So, but watch this space. I mean, we want to know what they're up to.
Right. Well, I watched that Dane Wigington in the dinner thing, and I thought there was a lot of good information in there. I don't agree with everything he's saying as far as, he seems to be knocking off the global warming and blaming it on, high intensity weapons and stuff.
I mean, the world.
I think we've got a mishmash, haven't we? Basically.
Well, that's the point. We have to, discern carefully what's true and what is false. Because look, anyone who's making a video wants to get hits. So they will go for the most alarmist.
Apart from me, because I don't monetize.
No, very good. You're excellent. I mean, that is a problem with people. So, but we set up a science committee at the conference, which could actually get to grips with some of these things. But we could bring Wigington along and talk about, well, okay, we've got evidence of that. Have you got it for this? You know, and see what and short out. You
He's
know.
a very passionate guy.
Of course.
He's getting on in years.
Of course, I'm not against it, but I'm saying he's got a bit over the top on some angles. You know.
We stick up to you spoke about Satanism and sacrilege in the church last week. Could you elaborate a bit more on that?
Well, yes, like take the Olympics for example. They had that golden calf, they were like worshipping, and they had a sacrilegious painting.
This year's Olympics, was it?
With the Olympics, yeah.
I didn't watch
In
it. I don't have a TV.
At the opening, yeah, and they had a sacrilegious picture of the so-called Last Supper, or the Last Supper, I mean, piss take. Now, this is against not just Christianity, but all religion. Yet the Church in England, no one spoke up, which is terrible. And they are adopting lots of things, such as all this pronoun changes and going along with don't accept men and men and women and women. I mean, it's against the Bible, men are men and women and women. So, you know, this is Satanist and sacrilegious. So we think we have to oppose this. So we went along to the Archbishop of Canterbury, wrote a letter, haven't had a reply, and now we've made 6 points, which we believe are important principles. I haven't got them in front of me, but certainly they certainly include men and men and women and women. That has to be a basic thing. And of course the other thing is you can't get forgiveness for sins by paying money, which of course is actually what the church still does, even though Luther made a big thing about that and changed things, which is why we had Protestants.
Where's the Satanism aspect?
Well, it's Satanistic to get people to pay instead of asking real forgiveness. It's Satanistic to say that not agree that men and women.
Anything about satanic child abuse?
Well, we're completely against satanic child abuse, obviously, or any child abuse.
But it is happening.
It is happening. That is Satanism. We are opposed to it completely, and that is another thing which is included under the general heading of Satanism.
Where do we get your information? What's your website?
Go to, best to find us quickest, go to Twitter @Piers_Piers. And otherwise we do have numbers of websites. Weatheraction.com, got a good information about the weather stuff on there.
That's on YouTube.
Weatheraction.com is the website, yeah. And we do have a YouTube channel as well. And also stopnewnormal.net.
I've been on that website on the YouTube, weatheraction.com, and it says unprotected site or something. Putting people off looking at it. You know?
Oh right. That's a good point. I better ask our web controller what's going on. Because yeah, it's security issue there, isn't it?
Well, now, time, just one last little thing. This internet shutdown, which is on the way, business, had a guy called Alex was speaking about it last week. So that's imminent, is it?
Well, he thinks it's imminent, and he talked about, well, he didn't talk much about ways to avoid it, but he said it's imminent. Now, that's all we know. We might have him back again at another meeting to tell us more, but he was talking about late November. I don't know.
That's a Saturday dinner song.
Well,
I'll have to put it up.
After the Trump elections, Trump wins, or well, he will win, but who cares? I mean, they're just red.
Doesn't make a lot
the Red Star of David and Blue Star of David. That's the choice. But after the American elections, you know, maybe they'll try it then. If they did it before the election, it'd be a big election.
Big chaos for them, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Well, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, Piers, that's great.
Thank you very much.
It's good to see you again.
Really, and it's really good of you.
I don't know when I'll be back in London. Maybe it'll be December, but I'm busy through December, so this lab will be January. I'll probably see you again. Brilliant. See you.
Thank you very much. Well, do you want to come with us to Pret now?
Can do, yeah.